Hey everyone, been a while, hasn't it? Well, I'm here with a few answers to your questions about what's happening here at HQ. The first question I think all of you are asking is, when is Anime Abandoned coming back? Well, we do have a tentative date set for May 13th. Now, we can miss that date for a few reasons here and there, but we're shooting for the 13th all the same. If the episode does wind up being delayed, I will let you all know on my Twitter page, on my Facebook fan page, and certainly here on YouTube. Secondly, has the schedule changed? Well, yes and no. From here on out, the plan is to keep having new releases every Monday, but the pattern has changed. We're trying to aim for 2 Anime Abandons a month and 2 Otaku New Tricks a month, with the releases alternating with each other. So the rough pattern is Otaku New Tricks, Anime Abandon, Otaku New Tricks, etc. With that said, May comes with a caveat. Due to some prior commitments, I won't be able to produce 2 episodes of Anime Abandon in May. June isn't looking too good either, but for right now, I'm going to say that there will be 2 episodes of Anime Abandon in June. But that can change. Still, I don't want the month of May to come and go without something for all of you, so be on the lookout for a certain surprise. I can't say much more about it until I know some things for certain, but be on the lookout regardless. Thirdly, and probably most importantly, what does rebooting Anime Abandon actually mean? Well, if I had to put it as succinctly as possible, it's about changing the focus and how we look at anime when we talk about it on the show. This reboot really stems from my frustration with a lot of my episodes having some very interesting topics of discussion when it comes to not only anime, but also filmmaking in general. But those discussions were often ensconced and buried under the pretense of a review of like a schlocky title that not a lot of people would go out of their way to go and see. For instance, I felt there was a lot of interesting ground to cover when it came to talking about adaptation in my Sin the Movie review back a few years ago, and I really liked the avenues we explored in that episode. But you wouldn't know those discussions were being had by all outward appearances. You would have to literally click on that thumbnail and be curious enough to do so in order to see it. So instead of burying topics of anime discussion under the pretense of talking about a singular anime title, I want to bring it out into the forefront and make it the crux of the episode. Rest assured, I will talk about some anime titles in a singular way from time to time, but as I said in my previous update video, I think the days of me going over an anime plot point by plot point are pretty much over. Lastly, I want to mention that I've revamped the Patreon, including adding new incentives and rewards for donating to the Patreon. If any of this sounds interesting to you, then check out the link to the Patreon in the description box below. Hopefully this has answered some of the questions that you've been having, and I want to end this update video by, once again, thanking you all for keeping with me during these tumultuous times, and even though it has been rough sailing so far, I am excited to see what the future has in store for us. So, till next time.